Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Feel free to stay seated or come to lie down for the start of the practice this morning. So perhaps just tune in to what's going on for you this morning, noticing how you are feeling. So just take a few moments to arrive and to reflect on whether you'd like to sit or lie down. Sighing the breath away 2 or 3 times as we arrive, letting go of all of the perhaps busyness of the morning, or perhaps you've just woken up, but just bringing your full attention to this present moment, to the 4 corners of your yoga mat or your chair or your seat. Letting the shoulders soften down, allowing the skin of the face to soften, and just beginning to tune in to what's going on inside of you right now. Noticing bodily sensations, noticing how you are feeling, with kind, curious attention. But trying not to label what you notice with words, but just being aware of what is going on inside. It can be so easy in this modern world to keep ourselves endlessly distracted, focusing on the outside, the external world. When we come to our yoga mat or our meditation cushion and we sink into silence, we have more of an opportunity to really observe and notice how or what's going on inside, how we're feeling, what sensations are moving through us, and see these and feel these things more clearly. But what is longing to be known, to be seen, to be heard right now? And then can we begin to direct awareness to the breath? So bringing a soft attention now to the breath. You might like to rest a hand over your heart as you begin to connect with your breath. Bringing your full attention now to the breath in this moment. Following the pathway of the breath all the way in, following the pathway of the breath all the way out. So nothing else to do in this moment but watch the breath. Feel the breath. Listen to the breath. I'm reading a wonderful book at the moment by the Buddhist teacher Stephen Levine called Meetings at the Edge. Dialogues with the grieving and the dying, the healed and the healing. And one particular passage really grabbed my attention recently. He says, the process of growth is, it seems, the art of falling down. The process of growth is, it seems, the art of falling down. Growth is measured by the gentleness and awareness with which we once again pick ourselves up, the lightness with which we dust ourselves off, the openness with which we continue and take the next unknown step beyond our edge, beyond our holding, into the remarkable mystery of being. I think it's that first sentence that really grabbed my attention. And I guess in a nutshell, to me, it was a good reminder of not just the inevitability of us as humans falling down, falling apart, but in terms of spiritual growth, the necessity of this process occurring, of allowing aspects of ourselves, our identity, our personality, our beliefs, our habits to crack open. And this also reminds me of another favourite passage by Donna Farhi, the yoga teacher, who talked about the process of yoga being about deconstruction and breaking down, letting things fall apart, rather than us being on our mats wanting to add anything new or learn some even new technique, but actually letting things break away and fall down, fall apart. And then having the grace and humility when things do fall apart to pick ourselves up, come back to the breath, and keep going. So, the invitation in this morning's practice is to endeavour to stay with what is, including the times we trip up, and not be afraid to lean into the discomfort or to befriend the pain or the worry, the sore spots, the achy heart, the achy hip. And to, in those moments, offer ourselves perhaps a bit of extra kindness and tenderness and understanding. So if you're in a seated position, we're going to come to lie down, and I'm going to come back to meet you on my mat. And we're going to lie fully outstretched along the mat, just having your arms down alongside you. Might like to keep the blanket over you just a little bit longer, but just freeing your arms out to the side. And I'm going to invite you to work with a beautiful, soothing, self-soothing sound this morning. So it's a good one to work with when we are feeling perhaps particularly fragile, things not going exactly how we'd like them to go. It's a beautiful, soothing sound. You can perhaps direct the sound into your heart space. The sound is ooh. So it's H-U-G-H. It's that sort of ooh sound. And we'll do this 5 times with the arms lifting up overhead and then lowering, making the sound. So just have your feet at least hip width apart, exhaling all breath. And then as we breathe in, let's let the arms flow up overhead, point the toes, having a lovely stretch. And then chanting the arms down. Ooh. So 4 more of these, breathing in. Ooh. Let's keep going. Ooh. Ooh. Last one. Ooh. When you finish, just take a resting breath. Let's move on to our dynamic leg lock pose. So we'll raise the arms overhead as we breathe in. And we're drawing the right knee in as we breathe out, interlacing the fingers around the knee, option to lift the head to the knee. Inhaling, stretch the leg away, arms up and overhead. And exhaling, draw the knee in, option to lift the head. Breathing in. And breathing out. 2 more. Now with this last one, just keep the head down on the mat, drawing the knee in. Keep a hold of the knee, pointing the left toes. And now as we inhale, raising the left leg up, flexing the foot. And exhale, lowering the leg down. Heel can hover off the floor. Point the toes, breathing in. Flex. And breathing out. 3 more. Inhale. On this last one, keeping the left leg in the air, let's point and flex the foot. And circling nice and slowly. And reverse. Good. And carefully lower that left foot down. Inhale, raise the leg to the sky, arms overhead. And exhale, lower everything down. Take a resting breath. All right, let's do the same on the other side now. So breathing in, raising the arms overhead. And drawing the left knee in. Option to lift the head to the knee. Inhale, stretch it away, arms overhead. And left knee in. So 3 more, breathe in. And breathe out. Keep going. And with the last one, keeping the head down. Draw the left knee in. Good. Grab a hold of that knee, pointing the right toes. Let's raise the right leg up. Flex the foot. And lower. Pointing the toes, breathing in. And breathing out. 3 more. With the last one, we're keeping the leg in the air, pointing and flexing the foot. And circling the foot nice and slowly. And traversing. And lowering the right leg down. Inhale, raise the left leg to the sky, arms up and overhead. And exhale, lowering everything down and taking a resting breath. Good. Inhale, let's stretch both arms up overhead. And this time drawing both knees in, giving yourselves a lovely hug. On the next inhale, let's raise both legs up to the sky, arms up and overhead. Tuck the chin forward. And exhale, lower down. Option to lift your head to the knees. So 4 more of these. Breathe the legs to the sky, arms overhead. And exhale, drawing. Breathe in. Breathe out. And last one. Good. Lowering the head. Cross your legs at the ankles. Keep a hand on each knee. And let's make some little circles on the floor with the lower back. Good. Come back to center, cross the legs the other way, and circling in the opposite direction. Good, and let's come back to center. Uncross your legs, drop your feet down close to the buttocks, palms down alongside your hips, preparing now to work with Setu Bandhasana bridge pose. So feet are a little bit pigeon-toed. Just checking again that your head, neck and spine are in a straight line, the chin tucking forward. We're going to come back to our beautiful soothing sound, ooh, on the exhale, if you'd like to join with me. So we're going to do 5 of these, and then we'll hold bridge for a few breaths, if that feels okay at the end. So let's exhale all breath. And then breathing in as we slowly lift. And then coming back down. Ooh. 4 more like this. Inhale. Ooh. 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 Last one. Ooh. Now you can either rest or inhale, lifting up, and we're going to hold for a few breaths. If you'd like to, lift the forearms off the floor and your fingers are pointing up to the sky, the palms are facing each other. So we're pressing down into our elbows, squeezing the inner knees towards each other as though there's an invisible block between your inner knees, big toes pressing down. And the breath is flowing. We're not going to stay too long. Good. And then lower the palms and slowly come back down. Good. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourselves a lovely hug and let's rock from side to side. See if you can rock right over to your elbow. One knee lifts, the other knee follows. Good. Just going from side to side. I'd like to share with you a beautiful passage. So Stephen Levine's quote really reminded me also of another favourite book of mine by the Buddhist nun Pema Chodron, When Things Fall Apart. And I'd like to share a passage with you from that book. In Tibetan, there's an interesting word, ye tang che. Excuse my pronunciation. The ye part means totally, completely, and the rest of it means exhausted. Altogether, ye tang che means totally tired out. We might say totally fed up. It describes an experience of complete hopelessness, of completely giving up hope. This is an important point. This is the beginning of the beginning. Without giving up hope that there's somewhere better to be, that there's someone better to be, we will never relax with where we are or who we are. So when you feel ready, just rolling over to one side and coming up to sit. And I'm going to grab a little cushion here, so feel free to grab some support. You can kneel, you can sit cross-legged, you might sit with the legs in a diamond shape. Just going to do a little breathing practice. This is a really good little practice to work with for those times when we do feel a little bit wobbly, a little bit shaky, as though the ground has fallen out from underneath us, things sort of fallen apart a bit, just to help us sort of anchor down and connect with the earth, come back to ground, so to speak. So you might have your hands in a favourite mudra, perhaps Jhana mudra, or just resting comfortably in your lap, on your knees, palms maybe up or down. Nice, tall, upright spine. You might like to close the eyes if that feels okay, or just have a soft downward glance. This is a practice we've worked with before, and you'll probably be familiar with this one. We're going to imagine now as we inhale that we're drawing breath, energy, light in through the crown of the head, as though there's a channel or a stream flowing down from the sky, coming in through the crown of the head. We take our awareness to the heart and pause. And on the exhalation, we send the breath, send our awareness down through the body and deep into Mother Earth. Breathing in through the crown, taking our awareness to the heart. Little pause. And on the exhalation, sending our awareness down through the body, anchoring into the earth. So let's work with this for another minute or so. Inhaling, a stream of breath, light, awareness in through the crown. Take that awareness to your heart and pause. Exhale, sending the breath, the light down through the body and anchoring it into the earth. A few more breaths in this way. And gently release the practice. I like to blink the eyes open. We'll do a couple of stretches now for our neck. Breathing in and taking the right ear to the right shoulder. Breathe yourself back to center, keep the face soft, and then dropping left ear to left shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more to each side. Breathe yourself back to center and then take the head back, open the mouth wide. Perhaps make a few chewing motions. And then roll the back of your head from one shoulder to the other, nice and slowly. Good. And then bring the chin, head to center. Draw the shoulders back and down. Breathe in, and let's bring the chin to the chest. Lifting the chest up though to meet your chin. And same thing, just rolling your head from shoulder to shoulder. Good. And lift the head up. Deep breath in. And then we're going to turn to look over the left shoulder, nice and slowly. Tuck the chin in a little bit. Breathe back to center and to the right. And center. Good. Let's bring the palms of the hands together. We're going to work with our self-soothing practice. Again, I think all of you have done this with me before, but feel free to watch if not. Feel free to make that beautiful soothing sound too in each position. So we're going to go through the practice 2 times, just one breath in each position. So we breathe in. Moving the hands, back of the head forward, inhale. Hand down to the heart, breathing in. Top hand down to the belly, inhale. Top hand to the back of the head. Breathe in. So let's go through once again. So to the sides of the head, inhale. Forward, back of the head. And to the heart. To the belly. Back of the head. And release. And just take a resting breath. Now, if you're sitting cross-legged like I am, let's just change the cross of the legs, change it up a bit. We're going to work now with a bit of a side stretch, and then we'll go into a twist. So just taking the arms out to the side, inhale, raising the arms out to shoulder height, and as we exhale, we're tipping over to the left side. And then breathe ourselves back to center. And over to the right side. Breathe in. And we're going to hold the stretch this time, just for one breath. Come back to center. And over to the right and staying for a breath. Inhale, center. And this time we're going to hold for 2 breaths. So we're directing the breath into this right side of the lungs, the right side of the torso. When it's time, come back to center and leaning over to the right side. So 2 breaths now into the left side of the lungs. Breathing new life, new energy into this side of the body. When it's time, back to center and over to the left for the final stretch for 3 breaths this time. Inhale and exhale. 3 breaths now into the left side of the lungs. When you finish, come back to center, release the arms down and take a resting breath. All right, so into our twist now. So again, inhale, raise the arms to shoulder height, lengthening up through the crown of the head. We're going to twist to the left. You might like to do an open twist or close this morning. So open, right hand to the inner edge of the right knee. Head moves last. Otherwise, it's to the outside of the left knee, a bit stronger. Breathe yourself back to center. And exhale, twisting to the right. So open or close twist this morning. You decide. Breathe in, back to center. Breathe out to the left. So this time we're holding for a breath. Breathe into center. And breathe out, twisting to the right. Staying for a breath. Inhale, center. Lengthening up through the crown of the head. Exhale, twisting to the left, staying for 2 breaths this time. Make sure you're not clenching the teeth, tucking the chin in a little bit. Trying to keep that spine as upright as possible. When it's time, come back to center and twisting to the right, 2 breaths. Breathe in. Twisting to the left. This is our final twist, holding for 3 breaths. Inhale. Twisting to the right for 3 breaths. And when it's time, coming back to center and release the arms down. Good. Moving now into wheeling the body. So legs might be crossed or in a diamond shape or stretched out in front, hands onto our knees. And just now making some nice slow circles. Eyes open or closed, whatever you feel comfortable with. And I'd like to come back to that beautiful soothing sound as you circle. Now if your legs are crossed, just change the cross of the legs and we circle in the opposite direction. Gently release, take a resting breath. All right. Let's bring the legs out in front. You might need to move any support under the buttocks. So feet hip width apart in front, hands behind. So fingers are turned away. I'm going to have a go at table pose. We want to keep the chest moving forward here, shoulders rolling back rather than collapsing the chest and letting the shoulders round forward. So even if you don't want to lift the buttocks this morning, just try to be in this position, the chest moving forward. Those of you who'd like to, as we breathe in, we'll press down into the feet and the palms of the hands. Any neck issues, look forward, but otherwise you can look up. And as we exhale, we slowly come back down. So breathing in, we'll do up to 4 of these this morning. And breathing out. Long, smooth inhalation. And long, smooth exhale. And last one. Releasing the hands. If you like, you can circle the wrists or give them a bit of a shake. And then we're going to go into boat Navasana. So again, just once. You might hold on to your, actually let's all hold on to the lower legs to begin. So again, we're trying to bring the chest towards the knees, a nice tall straight spine rather than this happening. Again, you might just choose to stay here and breathe, face soft. Otherwise, we can lift the legs up and see if we can bring the shins parallel to the floor. If you'd like to, this morning, you might like to hold on to one wrist with the hands underneath your knees. Inner edge of the big toes touching. Stay as long or as little as you like here. Just keep the breath flowing. Trying to soften a little bit here. No force, no strain. Let the breath flow. And when you've had enough, gently come down and take a resting breath or two. All right. Let's now swing ourselves around and come into extended child. So knees nice and wide, big toes touching, arms extended forward. Or if you need a little bit more of a rest at this point, you might choose to make fists with the hands and rest your forehead on your fist. But just stay close to yourself here. Turn within and just be aware of what's going on inside, what's longing to be known, to be heard, to be seen. How are you feeling? What bodily sensations are you aware of here? And if there's any pain or discomfort, you might say to yourself, can I just be with this part or with this feeling, as uncomfortable as it might be? Can I just be with it? And what does this part or this feeling most need from me right now? What does this part need from me? And I'm going to share a few passages from, again, Pema Chodron's book, When Things Fall Apart. It's a lifetime's journey to relate honestly to the immediacy of our experience and to respect ourselves enough not to judge it. Having compassion starts and ends with having compassion for all those unwanted parts of ourselves, all those imperfections that we don't even want to look at. As we begin to have a sense of celebrating the aspects of ourselves that we found so impossible before, something will shift in us. Something will shift permanently in us. In difficult times, when inspiration has become hidden, when we feel ready to give up, this is the time when healing can be found in the tenderness of the pain itself. I love that passage. In difficult times, when inspiration has become hidden, when we feel ready to give up, this is the time when healing can be found in the tenderness of the pain itself. What truly heals is gratitude and tenderness. I'm going to work now with our hippie cat. This morning with the fingers interlaced, so we're down lower, we're down onto our forearms, making a bit of a tripod. And just slowly now starting to make some circles with your hips. Nice and slowly. And reversing. Good. And release. Come back into extended child, the arms extended. We're going to work with a little flowing sequence, moving into cat and then back into child with our beautiful soothing sound. So we'll do 5 of these. Exhale all breath. Breathing in. Four more. Last one. Take a resting breath. Good. Now we're going to try to move through into a low cobra and back into child. So as we inhale, we're coming forward, lifting up, bend the legs and back. So 4 more of these. Inhale, scoop and back. Breathing in, breathing out. And last one. Slowly sliding your fingers back towards you, coming upright. We're going to go for a few kneeling salutes, so either down here or in a a high kneel up here, whatever's best for you this morning. So let's breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, cat, tuck the toes, down, face dog pose. Lowering the knees, into child. So coming through into a low cobra, bend the legs and back. Inhale and exhale. So 2 more of these. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, cat, tuck the toes, down, face dog pose. Back into cat and child. Breathing in, bend the legs. Breathing out. Inhale. Last one. Resting breath. release the hands, come onto all fours, knees together. We're going to work with our cat twist. Haven't done this for a while. So right palm under our heart center, deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're sliding that arm under the left arm. So right side of the face down on the mat. Now this left hand can stay where it is, or it can come onto the sacrum, or if we've got the opening in the shoulder, we can extend that arm up. And depending on the neck, we're either looking along our floor line, otherwise we might be able to turn to look up towards that left thumb. Holding and breathing. Good. And then bring that left hand back down, come back to center. And let's do the other side. So left palm under the heart center. Inhale. And sliding it under. So the right hand can stay on the mat or come onto the sacrum, or extending that right arm up. And breathe. And bring the right hand back down. Come back to all fours, back into child, any version of child. Take a couple of breaths. All right, we're going to extend the arms forward. We're going to come up into down face dog pose and then step 1 foot forward and come up to work with a variation of warrior 1. So let's breathe in, up into cat, tuck the toes, down face dog pose. From here, look towards your hands and bring that right foot forward between the hands and carefully come up to stand. So we're on the ball of the left foot and our hips are level, facing forward. Legs are straight. Good. And then we're going to take the arms above the head. So as we bend that right leg, one arm forward, the other arm back, and straighten. Bend the leg, one arm forward, other arm back, straighten. So you can keep this slow, or we can speed it up. Good. And then just bring the hands down, step the left foot forward, take the right leg back. So do the same on the other side. So you're on the ball of the right foot, hips are square, front leg is straight, arms up. So we're bending the left leg, right arm, opposite arm forward, other arm back. So swapping the arms over this time. Good. And release, step the right leg forward, give the legs a little bit of a shake. And coming down now to your tummy, resting one hand on top of the other, your chin or your forehead on your hands. And resting for a couple of breaths. So just allowing time to absorb and integrate the benefits of the practices we've been working with. I'd like to share with you another beautiful passage along the lines of our theme today. This one's from Thich Nhat Hanh. When suffering comes up, we have to be present for it. We shouldn't run away from it or cover it up with consumption, distraction, or diversion. We should simply recognize it and embrace it. like a mother lovingly embracing a crying baby in her arms. The mother is mindfulness, and the crying baby is suffering. The mother has the energy of gentleness and love. When the baby is embraced by the mother, it feels comforted and immediately suffers less. Even though the mother does not yet know exactly what the problem is. Just the fact that the mother is embracing the baby is enough to help the baby suffer less. We don't need to know where the suffering is coming from. We just need to embrace it, and that already brings some relief. As our suffering begins to calm down, we know we will get through it. Mindfulness gives us the strength to look deeply and gives rise to understanding and compassion. So a couple of back strengthening poses, beginning with a variation of Sphinx where the arms are wider on the floorboards and the forehead is down and the feet are hip width apart or a little bit wider. So with this one, we're actually going to see if we can lift our hands and our arms as well as the head and the chest, but keeping the feet down. So let's exhale all breath. And then breathing in. So lifting the head, the chest, and the arms. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, tops of the feet pressed down. And as we exhale, lower everything down. So let's try 2 more of these. Breathing in, lift. And breathing out. And one more, inhale, lift. And exhale. Good. Turn your head to the side and just release your arms down alongside you. If the lower back's a bit tender, bend the lower legs and just swing the legs from side to side. The next one you all know, it's dynamic Shalabhasana locust. So we start off in this position with the head to one side, the arms just relaxed alongside us. Exhaling all breath. As we breathe in, head comes to center, lift the arms and lift the legs, pointing the toes. Exhale, lowering everything down. So breathing in, we lift, head to center. And breathing out, we lower. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And let's do 2 more if you like to. Breathing into center. And breathing out. Inhale, lift. And lower, good. And again, if you need to, just bend the lower legs and swing the legs from side to side. All right, let's take one arm above the head and roll over onto the back. And just working with a twist here. So legs are extended. We're going to place the right foot on the left thigh, the left hand to the outer edge of the right knee, right arm is out at shoulder height. So just check that you're lying in a nice straight line and then breathe in. And lowering the knee over to the left side, endeavouring to keep that right shoulder down. And perhaps turning to look towards the right. And just holding here, softening the face. Make sure you're not clenching the teeth. And breathe. Good. Gently come back to center. Give that knee a hug and a squeeze. And stretch that right leg out. Bend the left leg. Place that left foot on the right thigh. Right hand to the outer edge of the knee. Left arm out at shoulder height. Let's take a deep breath in. And lower that knee over to the right side. Just relaxing the left shoulder. Head may turn to the left. And breathe. Good. Well, let's come back to center. Give that left knee a lovely hug and a squeeze. And stretch the leg out along the mat. All right, let's finish with 3 of our beautiful soothing sounds. We'll inhale both arms up overhead, pointing the toes. So 2 more. Inhale. Last one. And release, and just setting yourselves up now for Shavasana, relaxation. Grab any support you might need to be comfortable. Make sure that you are warm. Sighing the breath away 2 or 3 times as you settle down. So we know this is a really important part of our practice when the benefits of everything we've done can just soak in, percolate through us, be absorbed. So just give yourself permission now to rest, releasing the weight of your bones into the earth, feeling the support of the earth beneath you. Shavasana is essentially about undoing and simply being. Allow yourself to enjoy this time of deep rest, deep quiet. deep peace. Time to simply be present, be here. While you're resting, I'd like to share a beautiful passage with you from the Buddhist teacher Chogyam Trungpa. As long as we are trying to figure out how we can escape from our present situation, we can't notice much about it. Only when we feel that this is it, this is how it is right now, without any clutching towards something different, will our intelligence really come alive. As soon as we've realized the resistance, which is the seeking a way out, we become softer, fuller, more tender and awake. Rather than a small, fearful self, there is a freedom of opening unconditionally to life as it is and becoming that openness. So let's start now to deepen the breath. Bringing our awareness back into our room, the body, feeling the pathway of the breath into the body and watching the breath as it flows back out. A constant stream of breath flowing in, flowing out. Wriggling your fingers and your toes. I'd like to have a bit of a stretch. And then quietly rolling over to one side and making your way up into a comfortable seated position. Let's take the arms out to the side. Breathing in, raise the arms up. And breathing out, bringing the hands down to the heart. Bowing the head towards the heart. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Not so much wind today, hopefully where you are too. And see you again soon. Lots of love to you all. Hopefully see you next Tuesday. Bye.